Hi, I'm Simone and we're here at the Free the Streets Teen Summit. I'm here with Antoine. He was the DJ at the summit. This month's summit was focused on our youth's interaction with law enforcement. With everything going on in the country, even in our community in Dallas, the situation in McKinney, the situation that happened this morning with the Dallas Police Department, we felt like it was very important to bring our youth back together and to really reinforce and reteach the best ways how and how not to interact with their local law enforcement. Coming to the summit, what were your expectations?
Well, first let me just say, again, Antoine Joyce. I'm the Senior Program Manager for an organization called the All-Stars Project of Dallas. I partner with Free the Streets on their Teen Summit, so I do DJ under the Twiz, the RLs, that's my DJ name. But, what are my thoughts or other Teen Summit, or what I thought I was coming to see, or what?
Yeah, like what were your expectations about this particular one?
Well, I mean, my expectations were, I know the presenters, so I knew they was going to give the young people something that they can take hold on to and so forth. What my organization does, this is why I'm blanking out, we use performance as a way to help young people see new opportunity, come together and build new opportunities for themselves in the communities. And in New York, where I'm originally from, we have a program called Operation Conversations, Cops and Kids, that our founder, Dr. Lenora Falani founded. And we bring police officers and young people together to start having new conversations, new performances together, so that everything that my man said as well is, it's obeying and not, disrespecting police. But also, you have to also learn that we are two different communities that have been, not at war, but we have been hit against each other for a long time. So the image of who we think we are to each other has been skewed for a long time. So you sometimes have to get to a place where we, as young people, as Black Americans, are not angry and always upset when we go into a situation, and also help police officers see young people not as immediate threats, because we do have an image to them as well. So, and when we come together, how do we interact? What is, as I say in the All-Stars, what is our performance together? So we have to create new conversations that create new performances for both the cops and the kids in communities. So yeah.
I think you brought up a really good point. You said, we both see each other in very negative lights. Police see Black people in negative light. Black people see the police in negative light, and it shouldn't be that way. We have to come together, and it's not just on the African American community. I think the police we have to partner with the police, and we have to. A lot of times when police are around, a lot of the time, the first interaction with them is negative. They're pulling us over. They're asking, "Hey, what are you doing?" when we're not doing anything, and that puts a negative image in our mind about police officers. So I think it's important to come together, both police officers and community members, talk, interact, get to know each other, build those trust and build that trust in those relationships, so that we don't feel like every time that you are talking to us, it's because you're telling us to put our hands up or get on the ground. You know what I mean? That's how a lot of people feel about African Americans, and that's unfortunate. And so I feel like the two communities definitely need to come together. Another question I want to ask you. So when Edwin was up there speaking, he was teaching us about the law. Was there anything that he said that you didn't know coming into this summit?
Well, actually, yeah. I think again, as a citizen, we're not trained on police law, and I think what he was saying in terms of verbal commands, the number of times that you give a verbal command and that you're not compliant, then they have the right under their law, not their law, it's our law, to act in a certain manner. And a lot of times, as he also pointed out, that's what we're usually seeing in the media when we get out the cameras, because when something's first happening, you don't walk past a police officer, someone standing there, and automatically pull out your phone. You wait till it escalates, you're trying to catch the escalation.
Exactly.
So we don't know on each side all the things that happened, and that was eye-opening, because I've been trained in my performance that I have a good time with the police. If I'm in the wrong, if I'm in the right, I'm an adult. I sometimes drive fast. You get pulled over for speeding.
Yeah.
Why do I have to have an attitude with the officer, And to go back to your other point that you were saying before, the first interaction. Our first interaction doesn't have to be when we're being pulled over or something like that. The police are in our community every day. You can say hi to a cop.
Yeah.
No one's going to be mad at you for saying hi to a cop because you can help maybe change the perception of how they see us if you're one of the people who are saying, hey, thanks for being here in our community.
Yeah.
And keep walking. You don't have to have a conversation. You don't have to have, have icicles in a summer day with the cops, you know what I'm saying? But you can say, hey, thanks for having you here, and keep it moving.
Yeah.
The next time he's interacting with somebody else, he's going to remember that interaction that you started. So we all have the power to change interactions and so forth. So
absolutely, it's definitely a domino effect. I totally agree. Speak to your police officers. Okay, you don't have to have a full-blown conversation with them. You don't have to be buddy-buddy. You don't have to be all in the police station, but definitely try to interact with them in a positive light, so that will start sliding down to the next interaction and the next one, and they'll start looking at African Americans in a different light, and we will start looking at them in a different light. So, well, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your services. You did an awesome job on the DJ. I heard that Tupac changes. I was like, okay, this is the type of day we're gonna have. Okay, but yeah, it was very good message and very good summit. We want to thank Joseph and Key again for bringing us all together and for putting this whole thing on. And yeah, so we're gonna close out. Have a nice one.
peace.